Alright guys, so a lot of stuff came to Daima for this part EX. I told one of my friends to summon a wait till Sand Day, but I'm a retard because the unit that I thought was going to be for Sand Day is actually for part EX. And so right now we have the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta from Daima. So I just had to, I was like, man, should I react to this? Should I cut in? So this right here is his categories. Right here is his categories. It's Transformation Boost, Gifted Warriors, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3, Pure Saiyans, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, Worthy Rivals, Mastered Evolution, Accelerated Battle, Bond of Parent and Child, Successors, and Full Power. Now, basically, these categories that we're seeing right here from Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini Daima, these categories are only him basically in Super Saiyan 3, and I think the shot of him transforming, the animation's played in the beginning, but the shot of him transforming is actually a intro. So we're not getting anything like Super Saiyans, but we did get Transformation Boost and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, which is good. So we go over here. This is his leader skill: Transformation Boost, Gifted Warriors, Key plus 3, 200% HP, attack and defense 170%, and plus an additional 50% attack and defense for Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So that's a really good leader skill. So yeah, right now I'm watching the Truth DT video. I'm like, I have to cut in here. I just have to quickly make this because this is just really crazy. I thought that this guy was coming for Sand Day, but he wasn't. So he raises attack and defense for 33% for 3 turns and causes immense damage to enemy. Raises allies defense by 33% for 1 turn. He can help the floater. Let me turn this up.
So for that ally defense to really be impactful, it would be good if Vegeta was like a very powerful slot 1 character.
His super attack / arrow kick.
Yeah, it feels very good for slot 1.
For 3 turns and has a support effect that raises the defense of his allies, himself excluded, by 33% for 1 turn.
Okay.
And now his passive skill.
Okay.
Alright, so okay. I haven't heard the True DT read this, but alright, he activates his entrance animation, and we get a chance to perform a crit and damage reduction and foresees enemy super attack for his first turn. So he gets 20% damage reduction and 20% chance to crit. His basic effects are 3 key plus 3, attack and defense 200%. And he gets 50% damage reduction. Okay. We're already cooking. Oh, by the way, he's physical type. We're already cooking with that 50% damage reduction. We are already cooking with that. The first attacker, he gets 20% damage reduction. Okay, 70% damage reduction is not that good. We'll keep checking out. When he's in the first or second attacker in the turn, he also gets 50% attack and a 30% chance to crit. Okay, good. So you don't want to float this guy. He's meant to go slower. Okay. When attacking, he gets 200% attack. That's a pretty large buff. And when receiving an attack, he gets 200% defense. I think you can dodge that. After receiving an attack, launches an additional super attack. After receiving a super attack, he launches an additional super attack. Okay, I do not like that. I do not like that. Maybe that could have been an orb condition. I do not like the receiving super attacks. I do not like that at all. Maybe he has an extra passive. He seems very basic, but I do kind of like him. But having to run this guy in slot 1 with that 20% damage reduction is not exactly the greatest, but he does have a 12 key stack, and it depends on the supers you get. He doesn't look too bad, but the problem here I really see in his passive is that receiving a super attack. Change that, please, to just maybe if he collects 5 orbs. I would have taken that, but yeah.
So he activates his intro. So 20% crit, 20% damage reduction. Oh, wow. And a scouter for a turn. So, okay. So he has a scouter turn 1. And then 3 key, 200% attack and defense, and 50% damage reduction no matter what. And then, he is similar to Daima Goku. Daima Goku is set up in a similar fashion. So he has 70% damage reduction in slot 1. That's similar to Full Power Frieza. The first turn, he's going to have the 90% damage reduction. Okay. Again, 50%. Okay, so basic effects, 3 key, 20% stats, 50% damage reduction. As the first attacker in the turn, he gets 20% damage reduction. As the first or second attacker in the turn, 50% attack and 30% crit. When attacking, 200% attack. When receiving an attack, 200% defense. After receiving an attack, it's a guaranteed additional super. After receiving a super attack, like Cell Max, gets a guaranteed additional super. Now,
it's just for me, that receiving a super attack is just like, it's like, Okay, I'm already seeing the build on this guy, kind of. It's like a balanced build. I gotta see his stats in game. It's like a balanced build. Oh shit, I did not mean to do that.
Okay. And then he's gonna be rocking this as well. And he's gonna be in slot, dude. I mean, could you imagine him doing 3 or 4 super attacks? Allies defense by 33%. He does 3 or 4 of those?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
This is a character, though, he could age out very fast, because that right there seems to be his bread and butter. What's going to make him so good is you could run... People love running, like, really crappy characters in slot 2 or 3 or something like that, right? And, I mean, this guy is going to really help that. If you get him in slot 1, and again, he gets a couple of those extra supers, that's going to be a huge ability there. Okay. He does need a little bit more, though. Okay, so there's that.
Yeah, he does. He does need a little bit more. And by more, just change that receiving a super attack to, like... Maybe, like... I don't know, like 5 orbs, maybe? 5 orbs, I would take that.
For 1 turn from his entry, he can foresee the enemy's super attacks, and his chance of performing a critical hit
Scouter
and
does
damage
seem very
reduction
good,
rate
obviously.
will be increased by 20%. Not only will the passive skill give a boost to his key, attack, and defense, it will also raise his damage reduction rate by 50% at all times. His abilities will be further
All right, let's speed up the
performing attack. And his active skill.
Whoa, greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and attack plus 33% for 1 turn. I never thought how strong can be activated when performing 5 or more super attacks in battle. I guess.
So then we have his active, Gallic Gun. Raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage to the enemy, and he gets 33% attack for 1 turn.
You don't want to float this guy.
After doing 5 supers in battle. So at minimum, this would be a turn 5 ability. At minimum, this is a turn 5. Turn 5 is the absolute earliest you could do
In
this.
other words, hacker.
Get out of here.
His defense increases after for the March.
Yeah, turn 5 is yeah.
Raise his attack.
How good is he? I'm gonna need to see some of this Tengen in action. Am I crazy or okay? So he has 200% there, but then he does get another 200% there. 70% damage reduction. His defense must be outrageous when he
With
gets a
that,
couple of these.
yeah, facts.
So it's like turn 1, he has 90% damage reduction, and then you get 2 or 3 super attacks, and his stats must be very high. But again, this is a character who
Himself excluded by 33% turn rate.
I'm not totally in love with what I'm seeing, but it's something like if I could see what these numbers are going to look like once we're in
will
there,
be
I mean, that would
increased by
change.
also from attacking for 1 turn. That's all for the character's abilities.
Okay.
Be sure to add him to your team and experience his strengths firsthand.
Ken, I'll be adding him, Ken.
The character we just
Yeah.
introduced can be recruited via the Dokkan Festival that will become available on March 3rd. Since
What?
he's from Dragon Ball Daima.
What, tomorrow? Already? Tomorrow?
What? Dog, they said March 3rd?
Tomorrow?
Bro, is he coming out in 2 hours? What?
And the Dragon Ball
What the
Daima anime is reaching
my fault. 18 minutes for me. Shit.
its climax. Super Saiyan Goku, Mini, Daima, and Glorio will join the featured character lineup to hype up the occasion.
That's so crazy. Holy
Their
shit.
return is slightly earlier than usual.
Yeah, it is.
Make sure to recruit them as well to team up with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Mini, Daima.
Wow.
We hope you look forward to the opening of the event.
Next up, we will introduce a character that can be Super Extreme Z Awakened during the extra part. Here it is.
Yeah, so
Warriors True Value.
Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta.
Vegeta can be Super Extreme Z Awakened.
I never seen this kid.
All right, chat. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and finish up here. So there's Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Again, they said March 3rd. So, this guy might be coming out, very, very soon. So we're going to put this up. We're going to see Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Daima apparently is the next Dokkan Fest. He's dropping. Sure enough, baby. Here we go.
All right, that's it for that. So yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he's literally dropping for me in 18 hours. I mean 18 minutes. It's really insane. Gonna have to see some stats in game and probably check out some Dokkan World. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty okay.